morning, guys. It is another day here in Cape Hatteras National Seashore, or Roanoke Island, where we've been staying. Today we are on the move. We have departed the campground and we are on the highway en route to Virginia Beach, Virginia. But I wanted to take a moment and share some information with you guys this morning. Let's call it the good, the bad, and the ugly segment. So, well, as much as I'd like to call it that, it's also a public service announcement or word to the wise. So this morning while I'm having my coffee, I'm sitting there in the kitchen, and there was a gentleman outside cutting the grass, weed whacking around the camper or whatever. It wasn't early. They did it at a respectful time. But, he finished, and then we went ahead and started our move day procedures, our process. So when I got to the part of emptying out my tanks, those of you guys that are RVers know that you usually do the black tank first, then you do the gray water, so it kind of cleans out. For those of you that aren't RVers, the black tank meaning El Pupo Tanko. So luckily, when I went to do my black tank, I actually stayed there at the handle for a brief second. So I pulled the handle for the black tank, and then all of a sudden I see the hose moving, like, water's gushing out. And at the end, closer to where the sewer connection, all of a sudden, just black water, poop water, just started spewing everywhere. Luckily I was there quick enough to turn off the tank, but still, smelly situation for everybody. Turns out that the gentleman that was doing the weed whacking, he took the weed whacker and did a number on my sewer hose. Clearly, plain as day, you could see it, where he hit it like 6-7 times going around. Now, it happens. Or I should say, poop happens. You would think he's looking right at it. He knows he did it. You would think he'd give me a courtesy knock on the door and give me a heads up. Nope. He just walked away and let it happen. And I called him on it. He was still cutting the grass, and I went over and I told him. And like I mentioned to you guys in the last video, I never really got a good vibe of this campground. It's okay, but the people just weren't nice. That guy couldn't care less. He looked at me, kind of nodded and said, "Oh, okay." Turned on his weed whacker and continued working. But food for thought, or word to the wise, whenever they're cutting the grass around your camper, do yourself a favor. Do a once around, check your sewer hoses, check everything, make sure before you start pulling on any tanks. That's it. That was my morning segment of the good, the bad, and let's call this the ugly, part of the ugly. Either way, we're camping. No complaints. We're blessed. We're off to the next place, Virginia Beach, Virginia. All right, guys, so after this morning's fiasco back at the other campground, we made it out to Virginia Beach. North Landing Campground. That's where we're at, Virginia Beach. I will share more information about the campground a little later, but nice place. We made it here safely, and whatever we do here in Virginia Beach, we will share with you guys. Good morning. It is a new day here in Virginia Beach, and this morning we're all loaded up. We're going to head into the city. That's the city of Virginia Beach and or Norfolk. We're not quite sure, but we're heading into the city, and we're going to do a little adventuring, a little exploring, and we'll share with you guys whatever it is that we come up with. All right, so we made it to downtown Norfolk, Virginia, and one of the places that we decided to visit today is a place called Nauticus. Nauticus is right in downtown on Waterside Drive, and it's sort of like a museum. You know, Virginia Beach and Norfolk, Virginia, very well known for its military background. So it is basically a museum, and it has some military stuff, including the USS Wisconsin, and that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to bring you guys along. All right, so we are done at Nautica. We did a tour of the USS Wisconsin. I would say it's quite humbling. What do you think, Kate?
It was incredible.
It was incredible. It was if you're in the Virginia Beach, or I should say Norfolk, if you're in Norfolk, Virginia, I highly recommend Nautica's. I think it was $20 per person. They have the self-guided tour of the USS Wisconsin. Quite impressive. Quite impressive. Highly recommend it. And now we're going to go, I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to go do another memorial. I'll let you guys know. Just taking a stroll down Norfolk, Virginia, downtown. So stop number 2, the MacArthur Memorial Visitor Center. Let's go check it out. Good morning, guys. So we woke up this morning to a rainy, overcast, pretty miserable looking day. But I guess I'll make the best of it. I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to take today, since it's a bad day to be out. I'm going to take today, and I'm going to share you guys a little bit of what this campground is all about. All right, so let's start off with. I think I mentioned it earlier when we arrived here, maybe a day ago. We are staying at North Landing River RV Resort and Cottages. Now, as is the norm for us, we are probably 20 miles outside of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and about 27 miles outside of Norfolk, Virginia. Usually, if we pick an area that we want to explore, and it's a city or a major city, we don't really like to stay right in the city. So, we'll pick places, 10, 15 miles. This one happens to be a little bit further because it was the only thing that checked off all of our boxes. Now, this campground has 725 sites. Okay, they're designated sites. Now, not all of them are campsites. They have anything from regular RV sites to 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom studio cottages. They have tent camping available. And then they have, within the 725, they have every variation of camping. They have beach view, and I'll touch on that on the beach in a minute. They have deluxe wooded canal. They also have a canal. Back in sides, they have deluxe wooded pull-through sides, standard wooded pull-through sides. So there's every variation from, big, major, mega rigs, 40, 45 footers, all the way down to tents. Now, a little bit on the campground itself, and I'll be as brief as possible so as to not bore you guys, but I'll give you a little bit of specifics, just in case you're up in this area and you're looking for a place to stay. Thus far, I will tell you this, I give this place a thumbs up. It's very well situated. It's very comfortable, and the sites are pretty spacious. Although my coming in and out here, well, coming in was easy. When I get ready to leave here in a few days, it might be a little bit difficult. But overall, it is a nice campground as far as how the camp sites are situated. Now, as far as amenities are concerned here at this campground, I mean, they have everything you look for in a campground and then some. They have, nestled within all the different campsites, they have 5 bathhouses, and each one of the bathhouses has 4 shower stalls, or 4 separate bathroom facilities within each bathhouse. So they have 5 of those. They have 3 laundry facilities scattered again throughout the whole campground at different areas. They have more than enough parking for additional parking or overflow parking. They also have camping storage facilities that you could keep if you bring an extra trailer with. They have the ability to store that for you. They have propane on site for purchase, obviously. They have all the stuff that, if you're bringing kids along with you or even adults, they have all that stuff available. They have a playground for the kids. They have pool. They have horseshoe. They have a basketball court. They even have a batting cage. If you have a kid that's an avid baseball player, they have a batting cage available. They have multiple dog parks. They have the pickleball courts. Listen to me. Pickleball courts. They have mini golf. They also have rentals for bicycles, golf carts, you name it, they got it. And like I mentioned before, this campground is sitting on on a big, I guess, waterway. I don't know what the waterway is called, and it also has a river. So they also have a boat ramp. They have kayaks for rent. So they basically got everything covered. I mean, if you're looking to come stay at this campground and basically not leave the campground, just use the amenities that they have here and stay here for a few days, you can't go wrong here. So I give this campground a thumbs up. All right, so that was a rundown on the campground. Rainy day, so I took advantage of it to share that information with you guys. I hope you liked it. But today is another day, and we are going to be loading up here in a minute. I'm waiting for the ladies. I'm already in the truck. I got Fernie with me. They're going to bring Nugget now. We're going to go ahead and head into the city. We did Norfolk, Virginia a few days ago. Today we're going to head into Virginia Beach and see what we can get into. And whatever we do, I'll share it with you guys. All right, so one of the things that was on our list to do was the Virginia Beach Boardwalk. We're out here now. A little bit very crowded, more than Myrtle Beach, but bigger, it's wider. I'll share a little bit of it with you guys. right, guys, so as you can see, we're back at camp. We had all intentions of heading out today and visiting a place called Cape Henry Lighthouse. Unfortunately, there was 2 bits of information that were left off when we did our research. Number one, Cape Henry Lighthouse is located within the Joint Expedition Base at Fort Story, so it's a military establishment, which is really not a bad thing. I mean, you're allowed to go in there. Unfortunately, you can't go in your car. You have to take a bus, and no pets allowed. So we had the dogs with us. We couldn't do it, so we ended up spending a few hours on the boardwalk in downtown Virginia Beach, like you guys saw. But that's it. We're back at camp now, and we are done. This is going to be the closeout segment for this video. And as has happened several times, we camped for the first time in Virginia, which is where we've been for the last few days. And because we camped here and it meets our criteria, it gets a sticker for the map. So to end this video, I'm gonna pass it over to Kaylee, and we're gonna go ahead and add Virginia to the map, and we're gonna call it a wrap. So without further ado, let's let Kaylee do the honors here. So there we go. The map is filling up pretty good. Virginia is a wrap. All right, so that's a wrap on Virginia Beach. Tomorrow morning we head out, and we're gonna head north. We're off to Baltimore, Maryland, or College Park, Maryland, I should say.